Hey everyone, Leroy here to provide you an end of week update of what's been a pretty tough week, and I hope all of my Koppers colleagues are hanging in out there. On the coronavirus front, we continue to be in the same spot we've been in, which is having only one individual, one employee so far has tested positive across the organization. So it's amazing when you think about it, as many employees as we have and as spread out as we are. But again, the vigilance of our site leadership, the vigilance of all of our employees to not only take care of themselves at work, but also at home. So thank you for that, and great job. From an operations standpoint, all operations remain unaffected by the coronavirus. Our KJCC facility is still not operating, but that has been as planned. And we hope to bring that up soon, but all operations and all systems go as of now with no effects from COVID-19. In a small glimmer of hope that things are starting to slowly move back to normal, we're adjusting our travel policy effective June 7th to allow for some limited travel in the organization. Now, only one requirement that's in that guidance, and that is anybody who wishes to travel needs to get approval from a leadership council member or one of their designees. Outside of that, there's a long list of best practices and things that we would highly recommend that you do if you're heading out on the road. Remembering that when you're out on the road, you're potentially putting yourself and your loved ones at risk, as well as those that you might be visiting. So think long and hard before you take that trip, before you make those plans, and just make sure that you absolutely, that trip is absolutely necessary and can't be handled in another way. So otherwise, though, it is the first step for us moving back to a little bit of a more normal atmosphere. In another sign of returning a little bit more towards normalcy, we are proceeding with our plans to allow for a voluntary reopening of our office locations effective July 1st. And I stress the voluntary piece of that. There is no requirement for anybody to have to go back. It is really comes down to how you feel about the situation and your comfort level. So we're going to put things together so that we create a safe environment for you to be able to come back to if that is what you wish to do. There's going to be more guidance that comes out on that within the next 1 to 2 weeks. So look for that. But again, it's a next step towards trying to provide people some optionality, because we realize not everybody has the best situation in terms of being able to work from home or would just, again, like to get back into the familiarity of being in the office. I will caution you, heading back to the office is probably not going to be anywhere close to what it was when you last left the office, because there will be a lot less people. We will be staggering how into people's work schedules so that we can reduce the density within the office. There will be areas where you'll be required to certainly wear masks. There will be absolute limitations on any group meetings, and we'll still likely have people meet by video conference, even if you're in the next office. So a number of restrictions that unfortunately are going to I think make the office seem a lot different and certainly not as appealing maybe as what it was before. But it does, again, give people the option at least to be able to come in and get away from the four walls they've been staring at now for the past several months. This past Monday saw the kickoff of our annual wellness challenge. There's a wellness channel on our Microsoft Teams site that you can go in to check in on the monthly challenges that I give, posting your results to the extent you want, engaging in some friendly banner, which we've already seen and heard. Welcome everybody across the organization to join. I know the program is really designed as a US-based program by the very nature of our healthcare system over here, but that doesn't prevent anybody from any of our sites around the world from jumping in, taking on the challenge and engaging with other employees across the organization in terms of what you're doing to make a health change for the better for you. And again, encourage everybody to engage as much as possible. It's been a great program over the last several years, and we've had some amazing inspirational success stories that have come out of it. So, and some of that you'll probably see on the Wellness channel as well. So wellness challenge, please take it on. You'll be glad you did. Earlier this week, I shared a letter and a video outlining my perspective on the recent high-profile acts of violence perpetrated against the African American community. And I want to just say that the response that I've received back from our employee base has been nothing short of inspirational. The notes, the texts, the letters, show how you feel about standing up for what's right and your commitment to speaking out and not letting acts of racial injustice or injustice of any kind stand without being called out. So thank you for that. It just reaffirms my belief that we have an organization of individuals who have each other's backs, who believe in the basic values of human dignity, respect for people, and compassion in dealing with people. So it's been absolutely amazing. I thank you for that. I now ask you to commit to taking the next step. I mentioned in my communication that there would be a pledge to stand together against racial injustice, and we are pushing that out today. There's a link that is within the memo that's sent out today to employees, and I believe we'll also have a link on our social media sites as well. So I encourage everybody to sign the virtual pledge to stand together. I've communicated with our board of directors who have all committed to signing the pledge. Our leadership council will be there as well, leading the way. So thank you, everyone, for, again, your continued support and, again, your willingness to stand up for what's right and stand together as one Koppers. As I close out this week's message, I once again want to leave everybody with a sense of hope that things will, in fact, get better. I know 2020 has been an incredibly difficult year, and we're only through 5 months so far. There's a whole range of emotions I'm sure that everybody's been feeling in regards to dealing with the pandemic and the economic shutdown that has likely had an effect on friends and family members. Again, on the racial strife that we're dealing with here in the United States. So my leadership council has agreed and would like to reach out across the organization to hear directly from you. So each leadership council member has taken on the assignment of connecting with anywhere from 3 to 5 Koppers employees each week. Connecting with you via a Microsoft Teams call to hear from you about what's on your mind, about how you're dealing and coping with everything. It's been some heavy times, and I know it's been wearing on people. So we would like to hear from you. We'd like you to hear your candid thoughts. So please be open. Please share both the good and the bad about how you're dealing with it, about how we're helping you deal with it, and what we could be doing to help you even further in dealing with it. Our ears are open. We want to hear from you, and hope that you'll share your thoughts that will allow us to make changes and improvements to continue to move the organization in the way that I think we all want to see it move. So stay tuned and look for that phone call. As always, I'd like to leave everyone who takes the time to listen in and view these videos to stay safe and stay strong.